more than it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1974.
Well, folks, we've now left the beach behind, and for our next stop, we're heading home to Colonial Street. Our Colonial Street, I like to think of as anywhere USA. We can transform this into any kind of suburban neighborhood that we might need. For instance, coming up on the left-hand side of the tram, you're about to see a light purplish home with a triangular corner. That is 1313 Mockingbird Lane from the TV series The Munsters. The Munsters live right across the street from. Over to the right, this white house with a greenish door, Ted's house for Ted 2, as well as the TV series Ted. Now, to this day, however, our Colonial Street, yes, it is still best known as Big Wisteria Lane for ABC's Desperate Housewives. Speaking of Desperate Housewives, occasionally, I get asked, why use a backlot set at all? Why don't you just travel to a regular neighborhood, film over there instead? Over the course of Desperate Housewives run, among other things, they had a plane crash, they had a fire burn down on their homes, they had a tornado go through the neighborhood, things that are all very difficult to achieve, to recreate at a real-world location. One of the best reasons to rent out a backlot set is to have a controlled environment, especially special effects like fire effects start getting involved. Just make sure our whole cast and crew are all safe. Now, another thing that we can do with this neighborhood as well is change the seasons to suit our needs. For instance, to make it look like fall, we're actually going to strip some of these trees fairly bare of their leaves and staple artificial orange leaves in their place. On the other hand, to make it look like winter, we hire a company called Snow Business because, as the saying goes, there's no business like snow business. We'll completely cover this area in artificial snow. And then if it's a holiday film, for instance, the street was used to film Candy Cane Lane, starring Eddie Murphy, which aired on Prime Video. We have a building called the Edith Head Prop Department, which has literally everything you could possibly imagine. In this case, our set dressers will rent out all the appropriate holiday dressings, come to this location, set it up to really bring it to life. Now, our Colonial Street was heavily featured in the TV series that just came out a month ago, The Burbs.
Welcome to Ashfield Place, the safest town in America. So, what's the deal with that Victorian house? There have been whispers of murder. Which one of us is the murderer? So are we gonna go in?
Do white ladies love salads? Hell yeah, we're going in.
Sorry, Kiki Palmer and Paula Pell. It's streaming on Peacock now, and yes, it is loosely based on the 80s film, the same name, which starred Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher, which also used our Colonial Street as well. Now, folks, by the way, we use everything here on the studio lot for filming. So this road that we're driving up right now is no exception. We call it our Wilderness Road. Specifically, it was used for the TV series 911, starring Angela Bassett. This is where a rescue for a crashed limousine took place. Now, talking cars, by the way. Have your cameras at the ready. In just a moment, we're about to see some of our more well-known picture cars. Picture cars being literally any plane, train, or automobile that you see on camera at any given point. Oh, just a moment, folks. Getting something sorted out. All right. Well, while we wait just a moment, occasionally things don't quite go according to plan. Maybe actor flubs a line or breaks out in hysterics. Those are called the bloopers. Here, take a quick look at a couple of bloopers from some Universal productions.
Let me tell you something, Paige.
Good.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, they're rolling through.
Oh, this because an actor messed up the line. Oh, he just hit his nose off. Jeez. Someone drank all my water, man. Dehydrate out here, it's all warm. Tram ride,
Thanks for your
Universal
patience,
Studios
folks. We're still
Hollywood.
trying to get this all sorted out. It sounds like they might potentially be doing some filming in this location, which was a surprise to us, honestly. Now, in the meantime, one thing I can mention, of course, I can talk a little bit about production design. Production design is really what brings all of these worlds that you love to life. It starts with the production designer. Now, the production designer, they consult with the director to come up with what the overall look and feel should be for a certain production, hiring concept artists to help bring those locations to life with art. Then what happens comes the art director. The art director takes all those conceptions that the production designer has come up with and tries to figure out how to practically build those locales for filmmaking, making sure, of course, there's enough space for all the tech equipment like they might need. And then set decorators and set dressers, they really are going to, again, build those locations using the art director's concepts, and they can create some fantastic stuff like this right here.
I know, I'm tired. There we go. The car's on the opposite side this time. No, both sides. Oh. I want that red one. No, you want that one behind it. No. Take that one.
Oh.
No, I want that one actually.
I don't remember them being on both sides. I want that pink one.
Oh, no, you want the green one.
What the?
Transformers.
There's some weird colors in there.
What else?
Want the popo?
My dad had that car.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, there he is. There he is.
Norman Bates? Oh my god, I don't remember him bringing
Norman! What are you doing, Norman? Uh-oh. Watch it. Here it comes. Norman! I'm gonna tell your mama. Hollywood. Oh, he's still looking over here. Look, he's charging. Let's see what they're filming here. Why are you? No, you don't. There you go. Got her.
Oh, this is like a scene. Oh, Steve.
What happens if you don't fly first class? There was no school bus here before. Yeah, I'll say the house was pretty cheap. Look at that. Alright, getting up. That's a short bus. That's short.
All right, thank you so much for your patience, folks, with that. That was sort of sudden out of the blue. Well, right now, folks, we're about to enter the set of Jupiter's Claim from Jordan Peele's film Nope. And here to tell you more is writer, producer, and director Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupe Park.
Ricky Schrader.
Over there, looking to the wicked, have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Share. And that's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Tex?
Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, the restaurant in town lies a citizen. Welcome to the world of no.
Nope, it's on it.
I'm not quite sure what that was, folks, but let's get out of here, shall we? Well, believe it or not, our tour is about to come to an end today. We are going to start making our way back over to the theme park at this point. Now, as we head on over there, one more location I do want to talk about is coming up on the right-hand side of the tram right now. Now, I admit, it doesn't look like a whole lot, but what you see to the right is what we call Falls Lake. What makes it so cool, it contains a water tank that can fill up to about 2.7 millions of gallons of water. And with that massive blue screen at the right, we can digitally create any background that we require for a certain sequence. This area was used for Jurassic Park 3, as well as Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides for the mermaid sequence. And let me show you what it looks like in action, in this case from the Warner Brothers film Sully, directed by Clint Eastwood and starring Tom Hanks.
Evacuate.
So yes, rather incredible, taking essentially what's otherwise just a hole in the ground and transforming it into the entirety of the Hudson River instead. Now, to end our tour, throughout our drive through the Universal backlot, you may have noticed we named a lot of the roads after actors and directors who've had a huge impact on Universal Studios, including one of our longtime collaborators, Steven Spielberg. I want Steven Spielberg to share for himself about actually how he got his start at Universal Studios and why today he calls Universal Studios home.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom. And when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left. And then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage. And I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
So yes, just like you all got to do today, you got to start essentially by taking a tour here at Universal Studios. For over 110 years, Universal's been thrilling audiences around the globe. Our founder, Carl Lumley, had a vision to make movies that make audiences laugh, cry, or sit on the edge of their seats. And similarly, I hope that you've all been inspired by your visit to the studio tour today as well. Thank you all for joining us here at the world-famous Universal Studio Tour. To our past members, of course, a very special thanks to you for joining us today. If you're not a past member, you can head to the Universal box office and see how you can upgrade today's ticket to an annual pass so you can come back again and again. Also, be sure to download the Universal Studios Hollywood app. That's where you'll confirm that the park closes today at 7 o'clock p.m. Plus, you can check for wait times, new food ordering, and so much more. On behalf of our driver, Aiden, myself, Trevor, and everyone here at Universal, thank you for joining us at the world-famous Universal Studio Tour. As we say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. I almost missed that step. That was a famous studio tour at Universal Studios Hollywood. Bob's Exciting Adventures. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. See you on the next one. Peace. Peace out. Peace out, guys. Peace out. All right. Shutting it down, guys. Shutting it down if it wants to shut down. Shut it down.